This is a call to the leaders of the future, those who want to change the world, those who want to end suffering, those who want to lead the human race to a brighter future. What if I told you that by giving out food will cause more hunger, more starving children? What if I told you that by building a house, you sent a desperate father, unemployed, to come home empty-handed to his family? What if I told you that we are worsening the situation, putting Africa deeper into the sinking sand? What if I told you that we are doing more harm than good? Let me introduce myself. I am Anais Masson, born and bred in my beloved nation of South Africa. My parents descend from Europe, but I have always considered myself African, regardless of the color of my skin. I've grown up in a well-off family. I've watched children trek tens of kilometers barefoot with a single pencil and paper in their backpack. I have seen a family of 5 live in a house smaller than your bathroom. I wanted to change this. I wanted to give that barefoot child her pair of shoes. I wanted to build a house for that struggling family, just like you do. The problem is that by doing all of these service projects, we are feeding a vicious system of voluntourism that is destroying communities and robbing people of their hard-earned independence. Every year, 4 million American and European volunteers travel to the penniless African villages, to the chaotic slums, in hope of putting a smile on someone's face. Each of these 4 million people have a cell phone, a camera, a way of capturing themselves doing good. Without realizing it, we are placing ourselves in the spotlight. We are the protagonists. We are the saviors. They are the weak ones. They are the suffering. Instead of uplifting, we are inflaming the image of helpless Africa. The camera catches the victim. The hashtag sharpens the blade, and the like strikes the heart. In the Christian religion, it is said that give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. I'm personally not a religious person, but I find truth in this statement. $600 billion of foreign aid is being streamed into Africa every year, yet the taste of poverty is still more familiar than that of freedom. Although it may seem we are helping by building people's houses for them, by providing food for them, we are diminishing self-initiative and robbing independence. What incentive would there be to work, knowing that foreigners will be there to feed their children? How would a desperate parent feel, knowing that some teenage girl has taken their job just to feel good about herself? Africa is a place of such diversity, such uniqueness. Potential is being wasted. Self-initiative is being buried beneath generalized assumptions of incapability. Almost 80% of children in orphanages in Africa are not actually orphans. Desperate parents are giving up their children in hopes that their innocent faces will lure donations from pitiful travelers and voluntourists. Instead of saving the children, this money is being pocketed by corrupt orphanage owners, and children are being used in child labor and trafficking. Foreign aid, as nice as it may seem, are worsening ethnic tensions. Do we want communities to backstab each other? To exploit their own children? Do we want families to crumble? Children to live in false promises and instability? Now, you might be thinking, how can I, a simple high school student, change the entire industry of voluntourism? How can I save a crumbling continent? Firstly, let us put away our phones for a second. We care so much about the world, yet we are being sucked into the drain of narcissism and virtual reality. Open your eyes. See the truth in the world. Look deeper. Scratch beneath the surface. We need to change the way we approach world problems. Always treating the symptom, but never the true cause. The truth is, I know it's hard. It is painful to see the raw, ugly truth. And it is so easy to pass it on to the next volunteer, the next generation. No good will ever come out of this thinking. Instead of feeding people, we must show them how to grow their own food. We must support African businesses, African initiatives. We need to start acknowledging Africa's uniqueness and diversity. We need to start questioning whether what we are doing is sustainable, whether it is needed. Africa is a lion cub, full of potential to one day become a reliable, strong leader. But keeping the cub in a zoo's cage, with food already caught and no space to grow, it will never become that great lion. This world needs leaders for the future, those who can lift their faces from the screen. The world needs those who truly care. This world needs sustainable volunteering.
Us to love ourselves a whole lot louder, even when the first world can't see us. When it cuts to tell the truth. When the ignorance of our tongues licks salt into each other's wounds. When it hurts to heal. When the taste of freedom is not yet as familiar a food as abuse. Africa, I vow never again to throw around your name like an old excuse. I vow to reclaim the origin of we without fear. Bloodied, but never broken. We are still here.
Now consider my words. Before you decide to do your good in this world, ask your conscience, is what you are doing really for those who need it? Or is it for yourself? What will happen when you leave? Are you doing more harm than good?